So the most important part of the video is starts about 25 minutes in. It's the Indy 4-1 story. The intro to this video is kind of long because I kind of rant a little bit and tell you a little bit about my backstory. But the most important part of the video starts at about 25 minutes in, and it's the Indy 4-1 story. If you're just here for my reaction to Hate Yourself or the review of Hate Yourself, then start at about 10 minutes in. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so today while I do my video, I've got some things to embroider. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I talk to you guys today. These are for some very late Christmas presents, but I'm trying to get them. I've only got 2 more to do, and I've got to get them done before Friday, because Friday nights we do dinner at my papa's house. And so they're going to be there Friday, so I need to have these done before Friday. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys today and explain to y'all why I go so hard on Tom Macdonald and Adam Calhoun. And you know that I like to do that kind of stuff by giving you guys a story. So what started my YouTube channel was there was this big scandal between Tim Pool and Jack Murphy. Because he had this guy on his podcast a bunch of times, Jack Murphy, and it came out that he was kind of like a total scammy, fed weirdo dude. And it was like all these podcasters had started shopping this guy at the same time to us. And then he goes on, Elijah Schaefer used to have a show with Sydney Watson. I don't know if y'all know who either of those people are, but Jack Murphy went on this show and basically exposed himself. And then he got really, really exposed for being like a really bad dude. Well, Tim Pool's live streams, which I used to watch every single day, Tim Pool's live stream was full of comments that were just being ignored. He was just ignoring them. He really did not. His audience was mad because he never addressed the Jack Murphy thing at all. And he had been selling this guy to us for months. And then he never even addressed it. So to me, that exposed Tim Pool as being a fake, phony, grifter weirdo. And that's actually what started my channel. Those are my first videos, are those ones about Tim Pool. But as my channel progressed, you can see me going down this rabbit hole. This total rabbit hole of what these people were doing. I didn't realize how many people were grifters. And so you kind of see me throughout the life of my channel way before this Upchurch stuff. Before this Upchurch stuff, I was mainly a political channel. I mostly covered politics. But if you go look at my old videos, the stuff I cover is very different from the stuff that all the intellectual dark web people cover. I cover like the stuff that actually matters. I covered federal involvement in protests in the right wing through both Patriot Front and through all that crap that happened on January 6th. I covered real stuff that actually, the Canadian trucker protest, which is one of the few recent protests that I think was even like actually spawned by the people, by the actual people. I think most protests are used to deter a movement now. I think they started off right, but I think now they're used as a tool to shut stuff down. For example, the Me Too movement. Y'all remember all the women's marches and the vagina hats and stuff? Y'all remember that? Me Too was a movement used to distract everybody from the Harvey Weinstein thing, because Hollywood was getting exposed for the disgusting, gross place that it is. And they needed to stop that. One of the main people exposing Harvey Weinstein way back then was Rose McGowan. So they get her co-star from the show that she was famous for, the co-star that hates her. And they get Rose McGowan, whose husband is an entertainment attorney. They get Alyssa Milano to do that #MeToo tweet. So instead of becoming an exposing of the cesspool that is Hollywood, Me Too became about all men versus all women. I've told y'all a bunch of times in my video, their strategy is to divide and conquer. That's their strategy. If it's about all men versus all women, instead of this Hollywood producer being Hollywood and entertainment being a disgusting cesspool, then people will quit looking at Hollywood and entertainment and start talking about how it happens to all women in all workplaces. And sure, sexual harassment is a thing in a lot of areas of life, but can you honestly say you think a regular workplace is a cesspool like friggin' Hollywood is? That's ridiculous. Hollywood is disgusting. And so is the music industry, and so is entertainment. And so a lot of these movements are not, the people at the bottom of them are there for good reasons. The people that just showed up because they thought something cool was happening, something important was happening, all those people are good people. But when they set a tainted movement on purpose, they can then use that tainted movement to both radicalize the people on, say your movement is a right-wing movement. They can use the movement itself to move the right wing further right. And they can also use that movement to move the left wing further left. And the further away we get from each other, the harder it is for us to get along. And the harder it is for us to talk to each other. And if we talk to each other, honestly, once you start talking to people, you can figure out what's going on. Okay, what's going on is that the government is doing a bunch of messed up stuff. You can't honestly think our government is honest. I don't care what side you're on. You can't think our government is honest about stuff for real. So no matter what side you're on, it is not about sides. It is not about right versus left. Why am I talking about all this, and why is it relevant to our discussion today? My channel has always been about grifter hunting from the very beginning. That's what my channel was about. And these guys, if you go back and watch my videos, they look stupid now because I'm sitting there calling out Ben Shapiro and stuff for being a grifter and saying I think Tom Macdonald's the best thing to happen in music. Do you know how stupid I look? They made me look stupid. So I'll make them look stupid. They made me look stupid by freaking going along with the stupid stuff they put in their music. For example, Adam's song, Hate Yourself. Adam has this song, Hate Yourself, he came out with 3 years ago. One, he says, this is how he starts the song. Still writing with a pen, Made in America shirt. And then he quotes the Bible. He says, Corinthians 16:13. Be on the alert. Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong. Now, this is not the translation I use, so it's worded in mine a little different. But if you read the next verse, Adam, see, this is the problem when people quote the Bible, is very often the very next verse that they mention, the very next verse contradicts everything they're saying. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong. The very next verse, let all your things be done with charity. Now, the word in the Bible used for charity is, in the New Testament, it means love. In some of the translations will translate it as love now, because the Greeks had 3 different words for love. And so that's why the Bible uses love sometimes and uses charity sometimes, because the word means love, but it says charity because charity is unselfish love. Charity is being good and kind for the sake of being good and kind. Not because you can get some kind of gain out of it. So maybe he also should have read the next verse, because the entire song... Okay, so right after he says the verse, this is what he says. Hate yourself. Be afraid what they say. It's a dang shame, man, I miss the old days. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. I don't think you know what's about to take place. Hate yourself, be afraid what they say. Hate your own skin tone, sorry for your race. Now, just by the chorus, it kind of sounds like he's saying they want white people to hate themselves and hate their skin tone. And so they're trying to start a race war. No. They are not who's trying to start a race war. You know who wants a race war? The government. The government loves when you do things they can lock you up for. They love it because then they can use you as free labor in their jails. And really, who are the people telling us to hate ourselves because we're white? Really, who is that? Who are those people? Politicians? And you might say, no, podcasters and stuff, those are politicians. If politics is your profession, you're a politician. By definition. But if you read the verses, if you read the lyrics of the verses and not just and not just the chorus, some people really only listen to the chorus because that's all they can understand. So I know that some people have heard this song. Lots of people have heard lots of Adam's and Tom Macdonald songs. And not understood what it was they were doing in the song. So that's what this video is about today. I'm explaining to you what they're doing in their music that is dangerous and hateful, and why we should not be supporting it, and why I am publicly declaring I don't support it, because I used to support it. I own I own that shirt that says Calhoun Macdonald 2024, and I wore it in public. They had me wearing a shirt that said I believe in grifters out in public. And I spent a bunch of money on their albums too, so I'd like to get that money back. I'm going to do that by making fun of them on the internet, because they ain't going to give me a refund. So, this is how I'm getting my money back. For charging for attention and time and bull crap in actual money that they took out of my pocket. Satan's got some golden sized pocket that I would like back. But listen to what he says in the verse. Today's kids ain't crap. They're taught that they're racist. And Black Lives Matter more than yours. Just face it. I'ma up this Glock and start dumping. What, you're gonna call the cops? Didn't you defund them? Maybe Adam Calhoun was like putting Tom MacDonald's song into the AI generator. But Tom uses AI to write his songs too, I think, in my opinion. So it just like becomes double dumb when Adam does it. But listen to this. Today's kids ain't crap. They're taught that they're racist. And Black Lives Matter more than yours. Just face it. I'ma up this Glock and start dumping. On who? Who are you shooting at? Today's kids that aren't crap? Or Black Lives Matter? The line before he talks about the kids, he says, God forbid you say that's gay and be labeled on some hate crap. So is it like left-wingers you're going to up the Glock and start dumping on? I really kind of think it sounds like you're talking about Black Lives Matter. So let's talk about Black Lives Matter. You want to see something actually controversial, not pretend internet controversial, something that your mostly conservative family and mostly conservative fan base might actually get mad about you saying? You want to hear something actually controversial? I didn't hate Black Lives Matter. Oh, canceler, she's a liberal. Have y'all really rethought about any of this since 2019, 2020? Really? Y'all haven't rethought any of this? After seeing what they did to the protesters and stuff on January 6th, and to the protesters and stuff during the Canadian trucker rally during the oh man, I made myself real cough. But during that whole thing, y'all haven't rethought any of the lines we were sold in all this music and in all our podcasts? Because they were saying a lot more than what wound up on Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder or Tim Pool. All of those people, including people like Adam and Tom MacDonald, strawmanned and minimized their argument and didn't actually listen to a word they said. They were like, look, they're burning stuff down. You know, there were a ton of people who believed in the movement and who were a part of it
that had legitimate reasons for concern, right? And if you don't think any of them had any legitimate reasons, you really need to like rethink where you're getting your news from. Because if they did not give you a single reason why hundreds of thousands of people would have been protesting all over the country, if you really couldn't understand that, then you don't know enough. Why don't you actually go listen to what a lot of them people were saying? I disagreed with Black Lives Matter because the leadership of Black Lives Matter, I thought, was a bunch of scam artists. And every time they would do a rally, a bunch of paid actors, the Antifa people, paid actors, would infiltrate the protests and start burning stuff down. And then that would cause a mob trigger chain reaction that would lead to looting and everything else. These people were destroying their communities. And some people were pointing out the legitimate criticisms of the leadership, of the infiltration that was happening, that was causing the burning stuff down. They were calling out the looting. All of that stuff I get. But to pretend like police brutality ain't a problem is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And look, if you've never had a bad experience with a cop in your life, that's wonderful. But if you grow up in a rough area, you've had some bad experiences with the police. I got woken up with a shotgun to my head when I was like 9 years old because the police were raiding my mama's trailer. How do you think I thought about that as a kid? Do you think I was like, well, I'm so glad they're doing a good job and they're coming to get drugs off the street? Or do you think I was thinking that crazy dude just woke me up with a gun and now he's talking about taking away my mama? There are plenty of people who grow up in bad areas who have completely legitimate reasons to be mad at the lack of training and lack of awareness and lack of community involvement with police officers. I do think that there are departments and stuff doing it right. But to act like there's not any problems at all is dishonest. And there were people in that movement pointing it out. It's just really frustrating to me because all of these narratives that we got from these podcasters and everybody else that we were watching, all of these narratives were repeated by people like Adam and Tom and trivialized. Like that song he did, Hate Yourself, where he talks about, in my opinion, it looks like he's talking about shooting up a bunch of Black Lives Matter people with his Glock. And then he said, what are you going to do? Call the police? Didn't you defund them? There was like 4 people involved with that movement who wanted to defund the police. Okay? And they were all like people that worked at colleges that are like literally plants for political parties. For most people, it was about the legitimate criticisms of the way these communities are being policed. But they didn't want you to know that. They didn't want you to think about the nuances. They wanted you to freaking meme with them. They wanted you to meme these people instead of, I don't know, maybe legitimately thinking about what else could have been going on. But when Adam Calhoun released that song, Hate Yourself, there was a Native American activist who took issue with it. Understandably so. Because even if you didn't support Black Lives Matter, even if you were all wrapped up in the politics of it, even if you were having as much fun memeing them as everybody else was, you wouldn't have supported a song that talked about mowing them down. And so this Native American activist calls Adam out because he is, one, she's also part of the Black community, but he also mentions the Native American stuff in his music too. So she calls him out. She does a song called Dear Adam. This is her song right here if you'd like to go look it up. She does a song called Dear Adam and basically tells him, you know, some people have legitimate reasons to be angry at America. And she was right. Some people do have reasons to be angry. I enjoy my freedoms. I love my freedoms. I love the freedoms that America offers me, one of its citizens. But to the rest of the world, America is not the land of the free. Why don't you Google U.S. regime change and then just read the Wikipedia article? Or how about you Google CIA involvement in not Coca-Cola, but the powdery stuff? Yeah, why don't you Google that? Because everybody's heard of Iran Contra, but not a lot of people have heard about the Nicaraguan Contras. And a lot of people who blame the Black community for letting their community get into such disrepair forget who literally, they went, when they released the welfare program, they went door to door in the Black community, knocking on their doors and saying, you know, if the father's not in the home, you can get a check for the government. They went door to door in Black communities. It was literally targeted against them to aid with the breakdown of the family. And then they come along and they do all this, not Coca-Cola, but the other stuff in their communities on purpose. On purpose. So that they could arrest them. On purpose. Look it up. Look it up. And so then these guys like Adam Calhoun and Tom Macdonald are like, well, it's your own fault you're in this situation. It's your own fault you're in this situation. So Tom even has that song America where he says, this ain't your America. Yes, it is their America. Yes, it is. Specifically, this Native American lady. She releases that song called Dear Adam to basically tell him, dude, some people have legit reasons to be mad. And then Adam responds by doing this Christmas video. And I'm going to clip the Christmas video up and we're going to put it in right here so y'all can see how disrespectful and disgusting he is being.
When I go on the internet and I see fucking articles written about me and all these other motherfuckers, I don't even know who the fuck they are talking shit about me. But here I am, motherfucker. What's up? I do this. All right, guys, we're going to need everyone to sit down Indian style.
We're very disappointed in you, Santa.
I'm sorry. Sit down indigenous style.
I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's just a bad joke. You're really gonna get onto him for that? Why don't you keep watching?
Everybody knows how the United States of America was made. Santa Claus, that's me, showed up with his cowboys. They were from Texas. They had Apache helicopters and a horse named Glory. Shot laser beams out of its ass.
Okay, so you can see how it's absolutely not funny at all.
What's going on, f***s? Give me all your presents. All right, Indians. Here's how this is gonna work. You're gonna give me I'm taking all your shit, okay?
All right, now we're going from not funny to what is going on.
We don't like being called Indians. We're indigenous people.
All right, so we're gonna take everything you guys have. What? We're gonna borrow. We're not gonna take it. We're gonna borrow it technically, okay? We're the cowboys. You're the Indians.
Is that funny to y'all? Did anybody chuckle? What is this? Like, literally, what is this? This is your Christmas story? The cowboys showing up to steal everything from the Indians. But you're making it a joke. This isn't like even a funny skit. This isn't even funny. It's like, it seems like deliberately disrespectful. Just keep watching.
So you know how this works. History shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're Navajos. You're not taking any of our land.
You hear that, boys? They said they're Navajos.
What is this? Is this a parody of the Cowboys? What is he doing?
So Santa didn't want to steal. Well, he stole everything, but he didn't want to. But anyway, Santa and the Cowboys and Indians sat and had a peaceful meal while Santa's little stripper dwarf rubbed his back.
Back mountain boy. Shut up, bro. Back mountain boy.
Because of my word.
Is she a little person to make Adam feel taller? Or is it for the elf theme? We have no idea. We have no idea because it seems like literally the point of this was to take a shot at that woman, Indy 4-1, that dropped that song on him a couple weeks before he released it. Also, maybe you missed it, but even in his own little video, Adam has the Native American guys calling them Brokeback Mountain Cowboys. So, like, even in his own video, the people he is parodying know that he's gay. See, the Cowboys are mad that they're getting exposed as gay people. You know, it kind of looks the future, don't it?
Santa said all the Indians have to go to California and live with the liberals or come to the North Pole and be elves. Enough! Enough! Listen here, indigenous, Indians, Navajos, hey, hoes. Listen, like I said before, you got two options. You can come with me to the North Pole and be elves. Not a bad gig, titties. Or you can go to California with all liberals. They're a bunch of, you don't want to be around them. They suck.
So the indigenous people can either go to the North Pole and be slaves, or move to California with all the liberals. Can somebody provide for me an explanation of what this is? Other than a literal way to be disrespectful on purpose, please? Do y'all have an explanation? In what way is this funny? Like, in what way is this even attempting? It's not even attempting to be funny.
They suck. Listen here, Chief Poo Poo Pants.
My name is not Chief Poo Poo Pants. My name is Chief Squatting Cowfucker.
Santa and his men ended up taking all the Indians and their women because they had big white meat sticks and borrowed their land.
Oh, they're gonna take all their women. Do y'all remember that story from a few weeks ago about that guy Sneeko? He's like a YouTuber, but he was in Korea and he was dancing on like the comfort women statues that memorialize what Japan did in Korea. Please tell me how what he is doing is different than that. I bet you really thought what Sneeko did was really disrespectful, right? You don't think what he's doing is disrespectful right now? Seriously? You're really not gonna say this is disrespectful? What is wrong with you?
And we made theme parks and planes that drop bombs on foreheads. Santa declared this will be called the United States of America. America, amen.
We're gonna steal your land so that we can build theme parks and shoot rockets. That's not, to me, none of this is a joke. This isn't funny. This isn't funny. This is disrespectful. And it was so disrespectful, that's why he took the video down. He needs to apologize for it because this is gross.
From this day forth, December 25th will be Christmas, and we'll praise the white baby Jesus and give all the good kids presents, and all the bad kids got to go to California.
Praise the white baby Jesus. Jesus was not white. Jesus was not white. He was Middle Eastern. He was Middle Eastern. He was not white. There's no, why, I don't know why people say that, but it's really aggravating when they do. It's really aggravating when we do. Like, I know that the right wing really doesn't like to call people racist because they got labeled racist for having normal political opinions. But I don't know what you can label racist if what he's doing right now isn't racist. It's definitely racist.
From this day forward, this will be the United States of America, where the women have large breasts and make horrible TikTok videos and bad dance moves. You understand?
So does that mean you're taking our land?
Yeah, partner, that's exactly what that means, taking all. Yeah, America!
Yeah, this is why people from other countries don't like us. Because this exact thing right here, this right here, wow, this is like, what? Y'all let me know in the comments, what do y'all think this is? Really, what do y'all think this is?
Most of the Indians went with Santa and his stripper dwarf. The rest of the Indians mysteriously disappeared. Don't know where they went. The United States of America ended up becoming back-to-back World War champs and made everyone else look like a bunch of bitches.
This guy look like a patriot to you? Does this guy look like a patriot to you?
Why your favorite rapper lying to you? Both stages. Which one are you on? Establish. Maintenance. Expansion.
He released that video right after that woman released Dear Adam. Just a couple weeks after. She released Dear Adam. He released that. And Tom Macdonald released America. You really think Adam didn't see it? Y'all that have been following my channel, y'all know how active Adam is when his name is mentioned on YouTube. Y'all know how much of that stuff he watches. You really think he didn't see her song? You really think it's a coincidence that a couple weeks later he drops the most unfunny, disrespectful, so bad he took it down off his channel, video specifically targeting Native Americans? Like, what? Why? Indigenous? Why? Why are you targeting them? Why is that funny to you? None of that was funny. That was all evil. Genocide, not good. You think that that's promoting peace? They talk about in their songs a bunch of times. They're trying to divide us, the country all divided. What really we need is unity. What we really need is unity. But just like with all this country rap stuff, their unity is fake. While they preach unity, while they say unity, they're pushing division. They want the white people and the black people arguing about Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, instead of talking about police corruption. They want feminists fighting against, online bro culture about bullcrap that doesn't matter, instead of exposing the disgusting underbelly of Hollywood, which has been influencing this whole generation that everybody's talking about is so messed up. We grew up on Hollywood. Don't you think it's kind of important if they're all super duper weirdos? You don't think that could probably affect their art? No, instead of exposing that there's all weirdos, let's have feminists and bro culture have a meme war online for years. No, don't. Instead of saying, why do we not believe survivors when they come forward? Instead of saying that, they say, well, you can't believe, they say, the Me Too movement says, believe all women. Believe all women? Those lines are divisive on purpose, so that you're making fun of believe all women instead of listening to the people within that movement that actually makes sense. You're just making fun of the stupid ones. These people are fake and grifters. They say unity, but they bring division. What does the Bible say? Who say peace, but then all of a sudden comes destruction. They're saying peace. They're saying unity. They're saying what we really need to do, no matter which side you're on, what we really need to do is wake up everyone to realize that the other side is wrong. Both sides are wrong. Both sides are pushing a narrative. Both sides are pushing a narrative to control you, to keep your mind inside of a box, so that you cannot come outside of the box and look and see what is really happening. What is the real reason for all the wars? It's always the same reason. For everything, the reason is money. The reason is money for all of them. For both sides. Both sides are sold out. Both sides are sold out, just sold out to different people. And they look like they're pushing different agendas. But all the stuff that the donors want passed gets passed. And they give us breadcrumbs every now and then so we don't start burning stuff down. It's been the governing strategy since Rome. It's literally been the governing strategy since Rome. These guys, Adam and Tom, they're not waking people up. They're not good people. They're not exposing anything. They are part of the problem. They're part of the problem. And they're keeping you in the box. They're not helping you out of it. So that is why I don't like Adam and Tom. And that is why I call them out, because I used to be a fan. And I used to say good things about them on my YouTube channel. And it's important to correct the record. These guys are not good guys. And the messages that they push don't make America great again. They're divisive and stupid. And intentionally so. Because the government loves when you're radicalized. Makes it easier to arrest you. And before you say, oh, she's a liberal now. Bruh, I'm not left wing or right wing. I think both are right about some stuff. I think both are wrong about some stuff. And I think both are mostly brainwashed to care most about the issues that don't matter. And I've thought that for a long time. You can go back and watch my videos and find out. It's just that I just recently found out that Adam and Tom and all of them were a part of that mess instead of fighting it. So that's why I'm going after them on my channel. It ain't got nothing to do with Upchurch. Other than Upchurch was the one who said the thing that made me realize these guys were grifters and is exposing the music industry video. So, in case y'all were wondering, that's why. This looks horrible. This is not good. Look at this. Look at that. That's awful. I'm not going to be able to embroider while I talk to you guys because I'm going to have to redo that again. I'm going to have to do that later.